international pressure against Tehran is still on to put an end to its nuclear enrichment program. On October 15th, Australia added to that pressure by imposing new sanctions. Australian Foreign Minister Stephen Smith told Parliament the sanctions place travel and financial restrictions against 20 individuals and 18 organizations with ties to Iran's nuclear and missile programs. Among these are Iran's Bank Melli, Bank Sadirat, the Ministry of Defense and Armed Forces Logistics, the Malik Ashtar University, and a number of high-ranking officials from the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps, including the Defense Minister, Brigadier General Mohammad Mustafa Najjar. Smith says the sanctions, however, do not obstruct legitimate trade between Canberra and Tehran. The Australian move was welcomed by the U.S. Treasury. Under Secretary for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence, Stuart Levy, said the international community is standing, quote, united against Iran's defiance of UN Security Council resolutions. But that's not all. On October 17th, the U.S. Treasury announced it would take new steps to target the risk of terrorism financing emanating from Iran. This is the result of a warning issued by an international anti-money laundering body about Iran. The 34-nation Financial Action Task Force reported that Tehran's poor cooperation in addressing the risk of terrorism financing, quote, continues to pose a serious threat to the integrity of the international financial system. In the same week, Washington was trying to arrange a conference call among senior officials from the 6 major powers negotiating with Iran its nuclear program. But it appears that China, which had advocated dialogue instead of sanctions against Tehran, blocked that call. According to AP, a number of U.S. officials and diplomats said in conditions of anonymity that Beijing's refusal has delayed such high-level talks among the U.S., Britain, France, Germany, and Russia. While Chinese officials are not explaining why they are turning away from the conference call, diplomats told AP this is presumably related to the Pentagon's October 3rd announcement to sell up to $65 billion in weapons to Taiwan. China said that deal has, quote, contaminated U.S.-Chinese ties. Meanwhile, Beijing told Washington it would continue with ongoing talks involving North Korea and Iran's nuclear programs. The international actions taken against the Islamic Republic come after the UN Security Council issued a 4th resolution on September 28th. While the Council did not impose further sanctions against Tehran, it continued the call for suspending its nuclear enrichment program.